I'm going to tell you how to put together a resume that maximizes your chances of getting a callback. What is going on, everybody? My name is Alex. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, you want to learn about product management, startups, finance, and how to get into the top tech companies, make sure to subscribe now and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Today, I want to talk about how to build the resume that's going to get you maximum callback from the hiring managers or recruiters. This video covers general areas of how to put together the best resume to improve your chances of getting a callback. The first thing we're going to do is understand exactly how the job application process works these days. I've been a hiring manager for many years, and I've also been a job applicant for many years, and so I've gotten to see both sides of the exchange. I can tell you some things that work well and explain why that is. If you're a hiring manager and you're looking to fill a role, a particular role, and you have an idea of what type of person would do that role well, you're thinking of the following areas. You're thinking of the type of experience that person has had and the type of results that person had driven in similar areas. Those are generally going to be the main two things you're going to look at. Put yourself in the shoes of a hiring manager. You're not hiring someone to do things, you're hiring someone to get things done. There's a very distinct difference. Doing things does not necessarily bring results, but getting things done actually does. Most hiring managers will identify a few skills or areas of expertise that will give them some indication that this person could do the job that they're looking for. They're going to look for trigger words or phrases that's going to make them think that this person, this candidate, falls in this bucket. Experience in a related field or in this field, experience in related companies, and certain skills that are demonstrated through action. You can code in a particular language, or you can sell business to business, or you specialize in server architecture or technical support, customer service. A recruiter will be looking for slightly different items because a recruiter usually doesn't have the exact intimate details of what the job actually is. Think of it as a slightly broken telephone. A hiring manager or whoever actually needs the role filled will fill out a job description of what they want from a potential candidate. Certain background, certain education, certain experience, certain skill set. Then that goes to a recruiter, depending on how big the company is. Sometimes the hiring manager is the one that's screening all the resumes. Other times it's the recruiter that's screening the resumes. If it's the recruiter that's screening the resumes, then each resume will have even less time to be reviewed, and the true requirements of the job description will sometimes be lost in translation. So the recruiter will generally be looking for some impact or some big names in education, previous experience, or relevant competitor experience, or something of that nature. As the hiring manager and the recruiter, imagine how you are processing the resumes that come in. First of all, some resumes come in with a cover letter. Most of the time, nobody has time to read cover letters. That's just the reality of today. Some very specific jobs will actually benefit from a cover letter, but most likely these are not the type of jobs that we're discussing here. As a hiring manager or recruiter, you're not going to have time to read cover letters. You are not going to have time to review in detail resumes that are over 1 page long, and you are not going to be able to easily review a complicated resume that does not have certain areas of focus highlighted for you. Now let's look at this picture as the candidate. What can you do to optimize this process? If you want to specifically put together a product manager resume, then check out this video I made about the product manager resume. It's got some product manager specific discussion there. The very first thing that I mentioned everywhere is have a short resume. Your resume should not be longer than 1 page long. If you have less than 10 to 12 years of actual work experience, your resume should be 1 page long. If your resume is 2, 3, 4 pages right now and you've worked less than 10 to 12 years, you're going to need to find a way to cut it down. I've included a template down in the description below. Feel free to use that. That was originally a product manager template, but it can be applied to any other position. So feel free to start from that. As you're filling out your resume, make sure that your bullet points are short and sweet and concise and are set up in the past tense, and generally start with a verb, something actionable, something that was accomplished. Sold, built, helped, assisted, created, launched, accelerated, action-oriented is how you want the majority of these bullet points to look. In the actual bullet points, you should identify critical pieces that really demonstrate the impact of why you are going to be a key part of any organization, what kind of results you bring to the company, how you work with others, how you get things done, or how you do specific things that require skill set or experience. Make sure to bold that So if you can imagine, if a hiring manager or recruiter is skimming that resume, they will naturally gravitate towards those bolded phrases and right away draw the right conclusion. And the right conclusion is, I would like to talk to this person. Remember, the goal of a good resume is just to get that initial callback. It is not to get the job. Don't confuse the two. That's why you don't need to fill in all kinds of information in there that you think may be necessary for the job. No, you need to focus on just getting that callback. The point of a resume is just to get you that callback. That means cut out all the extra stuff. You don't need a summary in there of what your mission or your objective is, what you're trying to accomplish. That doesn't matter. No references needed. Be very careful about what skills you include. Don't include filler in there. The next point is, if you have any examples of work that you did or something that you can demonstrate, here's a link to an app that I launched or I helped launch. Here is, if I'm an artist, here's some examples of my work. If I'm a project manager, here are some examples of some projects that I've launched. If I'm a product manager, here are some products that I brought to life. Here's a company that I co-founded. Here's the success that we had, or the attempts at success that we had. It goes a long way of demonstrating the actual results of your work, because filling out TPS reports or planning workflows or making sure that your milestones were delivered doesn't provide any meaningful information to anybody scanning your resume. It's basically just filler. It might as well have not been there. Put yourself in the shoes of the person who is potentially going to be reviewing each resume and read each line and think, if that was you looking to hire someone, would this line make you want to speak to this person honestly? And if the answer is no, then cut that line. This next point is very time consuming, but could be very lucrative. If you customize each resume somewhat to the job description specifically, you are bound to increase your callback rate. And the reason that is so is that each job description within it will contain the keys and the trigger words and phrases that you actually need in order to get the attention of the recruiter. Read between the lines, analyze each job description, and understand what they're actually looking for, what signals they're actually looking for. And again, remember these key things. Experiences, something that you've done related to the job description, somewhere where you've worked, which is a competitor or collaborator of the company, or some skill set that demonstrate your ability to do these tasks in that job description. Experiences, related companies, related skills. Put that in there, customize it for each job, and you will increase your chances of a callback. The final point here is to track all of your numbers. If you're in Chrome, open a new tab right now, type in sheet.new and open that spreadsheet and track your results. Where did you apply, on what date, with what version of the resume? What were the results? When did you hear back? What did you hear back? After a week, go back, review your results. How many callbacks did you get? What was the percentage of callbacks? What was the percentage of rejections, a percentage of next rounds? You should be tracking your entire process. If you're serious about finding a job, finding a high-paying job, especially now, it's going to take meaningful rework of your resume, and it's going to take a lot of applications and a lot of tracking your results. Make sure to do that. Also, keep in mind, you can always write any questions down below. I'm happy to look at resumes, give you my thoughts. Feel free to use the description below to set up time to chat with me, or just ask your question right in the comment, and I'm happy to give you some feedback on your resume. If you like the video, please smash the like button. It helps grow the channel a lot. And also subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.